another strategy that we were taught when we ourselves were teaching our daughter to listen and speak was the principle of audition before vision. So essentially allowing the child's brain to hear something and allow the auditory part of the brain to start processing that information before seeing the visual element, and then you repeat again the auditory input after the child has seen it. So for example, every time in the story there's a new color or a new element or a new animal introduced, we hear about it before we see it. So for example, here on this blank sheet of paper, we just hear Mr. Mellow's bed is red. We haven't seen it yet. We turn the page and here's the red bed. Now we can add a little bit of more information about it or ask a question. Do you like his ritzy ruby red bed with its crimson sheet and scarlet spread? And also within that page, we learn that there are many different words that can describe red. So we've got ruby, crimson, scarlet, and some of the vocabulary is quite sophisticated. And with my children, both my typically hearing daughter and her twin who has profound hearing loss, I've never tried to really limit or restrict the vocabulary that they hear in terms of the sophistication of the vocabulary. I've never tried to differentiate between the vocabulary that I use when speaking to my child with hearing loss as opposed to my typically hearing child. I believe both of them benefit from being exposed to a wide range of vocabulary. And you know, initially it can take several times or many times for them to hear a word to start to understand it, but over time that process becomes quicker. And it doesn't matter if they don't understand it all first time around, because that's what learning is all about. And it's fun to learn new words through an engaging format, like a fun and funny book. And you know, so over time, reading through this book repeatedly, the children will learn that crimson and scarlet are another word for red, and they don't necessarily need to learn that straight away, but that will come. And just for them to explore on their own later, at the end, I've got all the colours that are mentioned in the book are repeated here at the end with synonyms for that colour. So for example, turquoise, it could be described as blue-green or mineral or teal or aquamarine. They're all similar colours to turquoise. Same with brown, might be beige or rust or chocolate or ochre or chestnut. Okay, those are lots of different shades of brown. But this opens up lots and lots of opportunities for talking about expanding vocabulary around the basic colours.